Good morning, hey guys. Do you have summer vacation? I do not have. Working hours exceed 16 hours. But now is the most fun, so I'm satisfied. Well, we lit present. The fifth topic we offer is Community Lifeline. Ethan Zuckerman, director of the Center for Civic Media at MIT, wrote, I went through a divorce recently and wrote about my experiences online. While there are few folks in my immediate community who are going through divorce, I found several friends in other cities in my extended circles who had excellent support and advice. One of the most supportive individuals was an acquaintance from college who was not a close friend but who stepped up on Facebook and was a wonderful support to me from halfway around the country. Ann Collier, consultant and executive at the Net Safety Collaborative, said, I talk with people all over the world on a daily basis on Twitter, seeing, learning from, supporting and spreading what's meaningful to them in their work and lives. It's a tremendous source of inspiration for me. Together, we grow intelligence, connect up one another's work and support positive social change just by doing our work, following one another and sharing what's meaningful more widely. Catherine Campbell, a digital experience design consultant, said, I have a young friend who lives in another state in a rural area. Over time, I have realized from their social media posts that she is emerging as gender non-conforming, probably transsexual. In the past, this is a journey that I would probably not have known about, especially since her immediate family is very conservative and have not accepted this facet of the young person's identity. I am so grateful to have been included in this revelation so I can offer my unconditional love and support. And I am even more grateful that a person who in the past would have felt isolated, unnatural, and broken now knows that they are in fact part of a global community. She can find and utilize peer support groups as well as myriad medical, psychological and spiritual resources that would not have been available to someone in a small town in the past. I believe this will probably save lives. I definitely hope that it will help increase our ability as a society to accept others who don't conform to our preconceived notions of what is normal. Ana Cristina Amoroso das Neves, director of the Department for the Information Society at Fundação para a Ciência e a Tecnologia, said the smartphone has become a part of my family life. The current organization we have and the data we can share more than modified the way we interact. There is no waste of time and therefore we all gain efficiency in our daily life. The dawn of Internet of Things is already embedded. If there is an electricity glitch, we cannot even think how will we survive due to the new paradigm we have in our lives. Hyperconnection is part of my family and friends' well-being. It is nothing that can be compared with the life my parents had. I wonder how I could have survived in that society, living before total digital connectivity existed, even when it had just started and was not spread yet. Deborah Lupton, a professor at University of Canberra's News and Media Research Centre, said, I live in a vast continent, Australia, where academics are scattered many kilometres from each other, and it is a very long, expensive and exhausting plane ride from my colleagues in the Northern Hemisphere. However, I have extensive networks with my colleagues on Twitter and Facebook. I enjoy taking time out to chat with them, sharing professional and also some personal information regularly. It makes me feel less isolated and more easily able to keep in contact with my academic network. Nothing beats face-to-face encounters, but social media and emails, as well as the occasional use of Skype, is a far better way to maintain these contacts than letter writing or faxing, which is how we did things before digital media. Andrew Chernek, a former vice president of technology at a personal computer company, wrote, email and websites were the first place that we were able to see family and people with the same interests share information rapidly. 20 years ago I set up 2 websites, one for pilots and one for family members, to share photos, family trees, and technical information. Both have been resounding successes in getting people together. For family, it has allowed easy distribution of ancestors' photos and extension of a family tree from several hundred people to more than 3,000. About every 5 years I have to take our family tree back to the calligrapher to add ancestors that we didn't know about, including, recently, a soldier who was with Gen. George Washington at Valley Forge. Now we're starting to see services like voice-controlled appliances in the home and the extension of cell phone service throughout the world. 40 years ago I taught in a small Congo town that was isolated, with no phone or TV service. Today Kasongo can be reached by cell phone and the regional center has television and internet access thanks to wireless technologies. Nancy Heltman, Visitor Services Director for Virginia State Parks, said, "I have met and developed relationships with people outside any sphere of reference I never would have had thanks to my digital life. This started when I worked on the 2008 Obama campaign, includes people I met through a group where we shared our love for household pets, and goes through today where I have a relationship with customers that I never would have met personally. While I do not believe that my online relationships replace ones that involve personal face-to-face connections, they are important and have broadened my horizons in many ways, adding a richness to my life. In fact, my more traditional face-to-face relationships have also benefited from more communication due to digital communications. When forced to only have relationships with people you can meet in person, you tend to live in a more narrow world, with people more like you. Digital communications broadens your horizons, or it can if you want it to. Thanks so much for taking the time to join today.